Oh, hi, it's Andy, and oh, Happy New Year! I haven't showed up on here until now, um, since the New Year's. But yeah, Happy New Year! I just really want to just get into it. I don't even know where this really is gonna go. I don't have intentions of editing this too much, but I got a question that was similar to a video that I made, but not really, because the question, it is different. I made a video titled Hardest Part About Being Vegan. If you want, you can check that out, but I will say one thing. I wish I wasn't so aggressive with it. Like, I don't know. I may take that video down someday, but I really feel like the overall message outweighs the my attitude, my bitchy attitude. I heard this my damn self. I heard doctors say, "Oh, people aren't gonna change. I mean, if we suggest a plant-based diet, it's gonna be too hard for them. No one's ever gonna want to change." I say, "Bitch, are you serious right now?" I realize that I do have a potty mouth, a bad mouth, and I have to work on that, but at least I wasn't like screaming at people, or I wasn't yelling at all. It was just like, I don't know. It was just, I feel like I was being a little negative. But you know what? A lot of us who freshly come into this lifestyle, the vegan lifestyle, we tend to feel that way when we're going through it in the beginning because yeah, the beginning is the hard part. So I guess that's why I made that video in the beginning, because the beginning is the hard part. But I should have gave it a little bit more time. I should have gave myself a little bit more experience before making videos. So that's really my only regret, is that I kind of rushed into this. Even though I've been making videos before I started the whole vegan topic, I was making like YouTube tutorials, like how to do makeup and stuff like that. Like I was a drag queen. I was, first of all, even before that, I was dancing in my underwears. But I was completely different. It wasn't like I was dancing like a guy, like whatever, what you see right now. I was pretty much like girly, really, really, really feminine. But I'm not here to talk about that. Well, I don't care. We can talk about anything. When we're here, we're going to talk about anything in this video. Anything goes, except me being so aggressive. So, 2014. Well, let me get back to what I was going to say about the question. So, I made a video titled The Hardest Part, and then now I got a question from somebody who asked me, what is the worst part about being vegan? And I think there is a difference between what is the hardest part and what's the worst part. I do feel like the worst part about being vegan is actually the best part about being vegan, which is the fact that you now know what you now know. Now there is like there is ups and downs to that. I feel like, well, first of all, I feel like knowing is better than not knowing. So if I was to choose to know or to not know the truth about the industries and what happens to animals, etc., I feel like obviously it's worse to not know. You know how people say like ignorance is bliss? Well, I don't really believe that saying. I mean, to a certain extent it is, but really the reality in the way the universe works, it's still going to be the way it is whether you know it or whether you don't know it. No matter what I tell myself, no matter how much I deny it, it doesn't stop the truth from manifesting. It doesn't stop the truth from being what it is. So it's happening even though I'm trying to convince myself, or I'm trying to make myself unaware of it. So I feel like people who try to put away or set aside what happens to the animals, Yeah, it is good to a certain extent because you don't get to deal with the pain. You don't get to deal with the consciousness of knowing what's going on. And on top of that, because you know what it is, when we know, we're forced to change. We force ourselves to change once we know the truth. And I feel like if we accept what's going on, if we accept what's happening to animals, how can we look ourselves in the mirror? We can't. We're going to want to change. That's what it is. So right now, what people are going through is kind of like a civil war within themselves. It's kind of like a civil war battle because you're literally having a battle with your own self. You're struggling and dealing with things with your own self. It's like on the one side, nobody wants to contribute to, but I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you love meat and how much you bacon. I don't care how much you say you don't care about animals. If there was a way for you to still have your steak without the violence and without animals having to die and without all that, people know they would do it. But here's the thing. It's already in effect. It's called tofu. But I think most people, they don't know how to prepare tofu. They don't even know where to start with tofu. And other vegan meats, which really, if you are paying attention to what's going on in the world right now and, you know, the stock marketing or whatever, you will notice even in your grocery stores, there are a hell of a lot more vegan options these days. And all you have to do is look. We're not looking because when we go to the grocery store to shop, we have it in our minds what it's already pre-planned what we're going to shop for. So let's say I'm going to go get meat, cheese, milk, and eggs, which is pretty much cruelty and death. But let's say that was my focus. I'm going into the grocery store and that's my focus. That's what I want to get. And so we're not going to be thinking, oh, well, what's over here? And what's over here? And what is this? And what is that? And I never tried that before. So we're not thinking about that. We're not even looking in that direction. But I promise you, if we become more open and start including more new foods into our diets and just being open about healthier choices, because I don't know about you, but I feel like there's this negative stigma going around that healthy foods are disgusting foods. And I don't mean disgusting as in they're disgusting for your body. I'm talking about disgusting in taste-wise. And if you notice, that's really all it comes down to, taste. Because you can convince someone that they just now ate a burger that was made from cows when really it was made from soy or wheat meat or soy meat. And there's other types of meat, but right now, I don't know. So, but you can convince someone of that, and people have been doing that. Like, I hear the testimonies over and over again. Like, you won't believe it, I fooled someone into eating tofu or vegan meats when really they thought it was animal-based meats, and it turns out that it just wasn't. It was the healthier option. It was healthy and it was tasty. But we're not thinking about that. I think we think that tasty foods have to be foods that are standard. I don't know how to explain that. But anyway, getting back to the consciousness and what's the benefits and what's not the benefits. I think that not knowing, the only benefit you get out of that is the feeling, and not having to deal with transitioning into vegetarian or vegan, or just trying to be more healthy. And can I just say something really quick? You don't have to, it's not all or nothing. Like, you don't have to give up everything and then, like, not know what to do and replace everything with vegan foods. Like, all you have to do, really, the best way to start this lifestyle is you're already eating whatever you're eating now, right? just start replacing some foods. You don't have to give it all up. Just start replacing some foods here and there, and just being open to new foods. And if you don't know what certain foods are or how they're supposed to be prepared, all you really have to do is go on YouTube. And YouTube is like the new Wikipedia, apparently, because you can go in YouTube just about anything and it'll pop up. So if you want to learn something, it's kind of like, well, I was going to say it's like the new Google, but now Google runs YouTube, so it's kind of like the same type of search engine. I don't know, like whenever you need to look something up, YouTube right there. And it's interesting because with YouTube you can see the videos. Like, you don't have to sit there and like read, because I know some of you guys don't like to read. Whatever. I'm not calling no one stupid. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to like sit here in front of my computer screen and read. I mean, I do read, but like, I'm just saying, like, sometimes I don't feel like sitting in front of my computer screen. Sometimes I just want to chill back, have myself a banana or some grapes, and just listen to somebody talk. Like, it's easier, right? Isn't that more fun? I like to listen to people talk. It's like watching a movie. It's like, would you rather read the Harry Potter book or would you rather watch the movie? Now, on that particular subject right there, a lot of people would say they'd rather read the book, which I don't care, because I haven't read the book. I like Harry Potter, by the way. Side note. But anyways, but I think the benefits of being aware and knowing and being conscious, I think that far outweighs not knowing, because not knowing and continuing to eat these unhealthy foods, okay, you might not know, or you might convince yourself or try to, I don't know, go in a state of denial. A lot of people, they're in denial. I think being in denial, well, I don't think, I know, just because you're in denial, that doesn't change the facts. It doesn't change what's sitting inside of you, whatever you ate, whoever you ate, excuse me, because animals are whos, they're not whats. A pen is a what, a chicken is a who. And so if you have chickens inside of your body, or you have cows inside of your body, like cow meat, or chicken's meat, or whatever meat, I don't know, people, they just, I don't know. Eating anything these days, like, no one's off the menu. Yeah, that's sitting inside of your body, and it's still, you get a negative reaction from that, and it's still unhealthy. You still get into cholesterol, which you only get from animals. You still get into the saturated animal fat. You're still getting the animal protein. You're still getting all of that, and that is extremely harmful to you. And those foods don't only affect your outer appearance, it also affects up here, and it makes people irrational, and it makes people addictive. Cheese and milk, I believe, have this substance that it contains a substance naturally called casein. Casein is literally it's like a drug, basically, and it makes you addicted. So that's how the dairy industry sells you guys. You. They sell you guys by making you addicted. So if you want to look up casein, you can look that up and read about it. It's like a drug, basically. And so people wonder why cheese is like, they say cheese is like the one thing that they can't give up. Well, of course it is, because it's loaded with casein, and casein makes you addictive. It makes you irrational. And is there anything else I wanted to say? So I do want to say that the worst part about being vegan is actually the best part about being vegan, which is knowing what you now know. I feel like it flips people's worlds upside down, and a lot of people, you know what it is? They don't know what it's going to look like in the end, basically. That's what I think that's the fear. That's what stops people from examining the truth, because they don't know, they don't have a visual image, or they don't have that visual mindset of what it's going to look like in the end. oh, I want to stop eating animals, but, you know, where do I get my protein? Or I want to stop consuming cow's milk, but where do I get my calcium? I mean, it's called calcium. It comes from cows. Like, it's called calcium. It comes from cows. It's a lot. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to recommend you guys watch Vegucated, Forks Over Knives, or Diet for a New America. And if you want to read, you can read on, they have the book Diet for a New America, which I believe came out before the documentary, which is free on YouTube. Vegucated is free on Netflix, which Netflix really isn't free because you have to pay for Netflix. But if you cheap and you have some good friends, and then you can use their account like I do. And so, Forks Over Knives, they also have, I believe, someone told me that they have the book. I don't know, I'm not sure if that's true, but Forks Over Knives, you can read on that or you can watch the documentary. It's also free on Netflix, which really free. I just throw that word around. Ain't shit free. So, oh, see, I said I was going to work on my mouth. You know what? Do you guys really care what I say or how? You know what? For me, it's all about the message. So, I don't know about if it's how I say it or how I'm delivering the message. Because the thing about it is, I don't want to scare people away. I don't want people to be like, okay, sounds interesting, sounds like you know what you're talking about, but this guy right here, that guy is crazy as hell. And I would like to go vegan, but he is not a good representation. That's why we all have to be respectful, and we all have to be the best representatives of this lifestyle. Like I told someone who actually came here, a friend that I knew for a while. I believe I knew him in high school. Not really. But he went to the same high school as me. He was just looking for some advice, and he came over, and I had to tell him, like, you have to remember that you're the ambassador of this lifestyle if you're going into this lifestyle, because there was no promises. He was just interested, but I don't know if he actually wanted to. And so you have to present yourself in a respectful manner, in a way that is going to want to make people want to listen. And yeah, I don't have the most views in the world, but you know, there are so many vegans right now making videos, and I feel like that's why. So it's not just me making videos, it's a lot of people making videos, and there's vegans out there that's, you know, they blew up, girl, they blew up, and the message is out there, but I'm just doing my part, because I feel like we all need to get on camera, and we all need to speak the truth, because can you imagine the impact? Like, I really had to say to myself, I was like, why aren't there more vegans on YouTube? Why aren't there more people speaking out about this? Like, this is a serious issue. Why aren't there more people speaking out about this? And then it hit me. I was like, wait a minute. But I'm a hypocrite, because I'm not on YouTube speaking out. And that's when I decided that I was going to use my camera and my ability to be outspoken, to be, well, outspoken, and speak up for the animals and do my part. Don't feel bad if you're not making videos. I'm just saying, I felt like there was no way that I couldn't have not spoken out. Like, I had to. And so, I'll see you guys later. I know this was a video that was quite, I don't know if it was different or interesting, but I don't know. I hope you guys learned something from this. I think that's why we're here. We're all here for a reason. Even animals. Even non-human animals. We're animals too. We're all here for a reason, and I feel like, but humans, we need to unite. I feel like I'm tired with the agree to disagree. I'm tired of all that. Fuck that. Agree to agree. We need to agree, because agreeing to disagree means that the truth is still right here. In the middle is a question mark. So when we agree to disagree, we really didn't get anywhere. All we really said is, here's my argument, and here's your argument, and we don't agree. So really that gets nowhere. So we all need to agree, and the reason that is because there's only one truth. There's only one truth, and that's why we all need to agree. And so I agree to be finished with this video. Bye. Mwah.